Welcome back, folks. So, what we have here again is the four-seater Vamp Tiger Force 112 scale. I made a video prior to this one, kind of showcasing the progress that I had done. As you can tell from the last video, I have completed the front portion of the Vamp. I of course repainted it, the entire vehicle. I think it came out pretty good. I did omit the brown, and I just substituted the orange. The Tiger Force 112 scale line, as far as the RAM cycle is concerned, it uses the orange. And I actually like the orange as opposed to the brown. I know the original Tiger Force color scheme used that brown, and the orange looks way better in my opinion. I did use brown for the canvas. Also, this canvas, I had broken it apart like 3 or 4 different times, and it's been pieced together along with this body. But I also did want to add a little bit more texture to it, so I did add a layer of material. I had some material from some HESCO barriers that I'm working for, 118 scale GI Joes, and I used that material just to cover up the imperfections on top, and it gave and getting some of that texture in there. So I did use that. Since I omitted that brown, putting that brown up there, I think it pays a little bit respect to the original, in my own way, in my own head, right? But one of the other things that I did work on this one was the stickers as well. These stickers I got from I think it's a 118 scale jet boat. I think it's Horizon Hobby that made that jet boat. They're fairly popular. But of course, I didn't use the stickers for the boat, but they came in handy. I had this in my stickers drawer, and I luckily I found it, and I think the eyes look perfect, almost identical to the ones from the original Tiger Force Vamp. I'm pretty pleased with the cab. As far as the build is concerned, check out the other video prior to this one, and it gives you a little bit of a heads up on what I went through for building this. The finish, I think it came out pretty smooth. I'm very pleased with that that little design of the original Vamp that I kept. Another thing that I did work on was these gas cans back here. I had some gas cans prior to these, and they didn't look 112 scale. Once I put the GI Joes next to the other cans that I had back here, the cans look small. So I went back into my parts drawer, and I found these two gas cans, and they're a little bit closer to the 112 scale. They're not perfect 112 scale. I'm not too sure where I got them from. It's just one of those things that I just have lying around. And then I built a cage for them, and I found some straps. I'm fairly pleased with this. One of the things that you have you're not seeing in this vehicle is that roof rack. I had a roof rack and also floodlights. I'm making that optional for this vehicle. I didn't want to overwhelm it with too much stuff, but it is gonna have a roof rack option with floodlights, and those I could just tie the roof rack to the roof itself with tie ties. And then whenever I want to take it off, I just cut the tie ties and I could just take it off. And this is solid. This is not gonna go anywhere. And also the RAM cycle, I had um a, a motorcycle ramp back here, and it has drop down gates, so the ram cycle could be driven up and then driven down on both sides, and that's going to be optional. I was able to configure it where I can there's 4 screws down here that I can screw in there, and that motorcycle ramp is going to be able to be back here, and that's going to be optional as well, so it could be taken off and put back on. The ram cycle, of course, we all know that the ram cycle has that attachment, that Gatling gun attachment. That attachment I wanted to be with this vehicle as well. So in the roof rack, it's gonna have 2 connecting points on this side, and then the Gatling gun is going to be able to sit there, so they'll be able to use it while they're driving, and the RAM cycle isn't deployed. It's going to have the SAMs, and it's going to have that Gatling gun option. So I think this is going to be pretty packed with firepower. I did want all that stuff on it because this is kind of to me, it just kind of seems like a fire team vehicle. You have four GI Joes, and just enough for a fire team, and it seems like a light reconnaissance vehicle, maybe long range reconnaissance patrol, like the LERP teams out there. So that's kind of what I base it off of, and the concept and the idea of having all that gear. They're going to be out there. They're going to be on themselves. They're going to need whatever they need. They're going to have to take with them. So that's kind of the concept of this vehicle. And yeah, just kind of like playing with the GI Joe storyline and whatnot. The utility of the vehicle, right? The biggest thing that I'm really standing by for to complete it is the shocks. I think I talked about it on the other video. This vehicle with all the added equipment, the four full figures, and also the RAM cycle and the roof rack, it's gonna need better shocks. It just the shocks that came with the RC itself, they're functional for the weight of the RC, but with all this added weight, it sits too low. If you can notice down here, that orange box, that's what's actually keeping it up. So, and it sits too low for me. I like the height. I like the height with this box that it gives it. So of course I need to modify those shocks for that. So that's gonna be a trial and error. I'm gonna do my best to try to figure out, the height in order for me to order some new shocks. But that's gonna be, hopefully I get it right at the first time, and I don't have to send them back or reorder another pair. So that's gonna be cool. So again, the winch is not on the roof rack, and then the motorcycle ramp back here. But right now, this is the progress, and hopefully it won't be too long until I get it done, and then I could do a final review and then also a test drive, and keep an eye out for those videos. Hopefully they won't be in like 3 or 4 months like this one was, in between videos. So all right, folks, if you folks want to build your own, watch that other video prior to this one and then this one, and if you still have questions, by all means shoot me a message on YouTube, and I'll try to answer as quickly as I can.